Get cozy.
Get cozy. Because we're going to be here a while. You keep hearing this word being tossed around, responsible breeder. What makes a responsible breeder?
What separates us from pet stores, from most of the people you'll find in the paper or on Craigslist.
Right.
Why are our puppies so expensive? Ties into all of that. What makes us responsible breeders?
Bitch Sessions are back, peeps, and this time Lana and I sat down to discuss what makes a responsible breeder. There is a lot of information, so I broke it down into 4 episodes. Here is episode 1 of this Bitch Session, where we're going to share what it takes to actually plan a responsibly bred litter. It's the second Tuesday of the month drawing time, and you know what to do, and if you don't, stick around to the end for all the details.
One of the first things is, and we touched a little bit on it before with the breeding of my dog to the neighbor's dog.
Right.
To create a litter of puppies.
Right. And what you get is a hodgepodge of whatever.
As a person who breeds for the preservation of a particular purebred dog, that's basically what we do.
Right.
Every dog, every breed has a set of standards set out by a breed club, by their parent club, that says how a dog should look, how it should act, how it should be structurally put together,
and how it should move.
How it should move because of that structure put together. Many breeds were bred for working,
correct?
Right?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of breeds that were bred for total purpose.
That's what the 7 groups are. They are categorized by what they were bred to do. You have hunting dogs that are in sporting group. You have working dogs. You have terriers, which they're usually ratters and things like that. And then you have our toy breed,
which is the one we love.
Right.
Which is basically a companion breed.
Right.
Chihuahuas are great because they are actually supposed to be almost a working dog in a small form. That's really just a companion dog.
Right.
But by our breed standard, there are a lot of things that are very important structurally for a Chihuahua.
Correct.
Planning breeding in order to make the most well-bred Chihuahua, the typiest, that beautiful apple dome head that we love.
Yep.
Those shorter muzzles, shorter lean muzzles, the big round eyes, the big ears that make us just fall in love with them. There is no perfect dog.
No.
Have you ever seen a perfect dog?
Never.
I haven't, and I've bred a lot of dogs and seen a lot of dogs. But what we do is we take a very good dog, a very good quality dog, and we look at it and we assess. I really love this dog. It's got a beautiful breed type, has a beautiful head, it has beautiful ears, it has smaller eyes.
Right. Yeah, that's a common.
Smaller eyes, and I like. The tail set isn't perfect. It should have a really nice up and over the back tail set. So there's things there I want to improve. The rear, you could use a little bit more angulation because they are supposed to be, think of a golden retriever in structure in a small Chihuahua size.
Right, that's a good example.
And so we look at our bitch or our dog, because it can go either way, and we're like, well, what do we need to do to improve? Not lose the virtues that this dog already has, because we're starting out with a quality dog to begin with. And find a stud.
Well, that complements and potentially adds complements
the virtues.
Correct.
And corrects the faults.
And corrects the faults.
That is what we are thinking about every time we do a breeding.
Right.
Now, how many dogs do you have in your house that can correct all the faults in your bitches?
No. No, so not all. I mean, every bitch has a different fault, and every dog has its strengths and its faults as well. So there is no single dog on the planet that can correct the faults in every bitch.
That is why we have to be educated. We have to have minds open, and we need to be honest with ourselves and be like, I didn't have the right dog to breed to this girl in order to make her puppies better than she was. So then we do our research and we look at other programs that are also reputable breeders, because that's very important.
Right.
And we study pedigrees and we look at the Chihuahuas, the grandfathers and the great-grandsires, the grandmothers and the great-grandmothers. And we look to see if they consistently produced what we would like to improve on our dogs.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of thought process that goes behind breeding our dogs before we even get a litter on the ground.
Right.
A lot of research, a lot of studying, a lot of making relationships, because Not necessarily anybody's just going to let you breed to their dog just because you're like, hey, I think your dog would go really great with my dog. It doesn't work that way.
No.
So you, a lot of times, have to have built a trust relationship with a stud owner.
Correct.
And see what their rules are, because everybody has
different rules, different contracts, different obligations that you have to meet. Yes.
It takes a lot of money, because a lot of the times the dog that you want to breed, say we live in Florida and the dog we want to breed lives in Colorado.
Perfect example.
So,
in a remote area that costs a lot of money to get to because it's not a big city.
So then you have to maybe ship your girl over there,
Okay.
ship her back. You may have to pay board while your dog is being bred on top of a stud fee.
Right.
Or you may have to bring your dog out there yourself.
You have to travel with the dog and take it, and then that's not only the travel expenses, but the loss of time, because you are actually having to travel, and you can't just go there for one day.
You have to know when your dog is, even though it's in heat, that doesn't mean it's breedable.
So you're doing a progesterone test.
Yeah, do progesterone tests, which are like, it depends. They can be anywhere from $45 to, I've heard people paying like $185 a test. We don't have to pay that much. It's about $45 for a progesterone test in our block.
Right.
So if you're going to jump on a plane and go do a breeding, you want to at least make sure your bitch is breedable.
Right. So there's a lot of legwork to get just to get you get that first drop of blood from your bitch, and that's when the clock starts ticking and the money starts getting spent.
So planning the breeding is very, very important. It is what makes our Chihuahuas special. It is what we hope it makes our Chihuahuas special. That doesn't mean every breeding works out the way we wanted it to, or we expected it to, or we hoped it would.
Right.
We intentionally breed to improve the breeding program, improve the breed in general.
We're going to put a bookmark right here, and we're going to pick up next time with how responsible breeders invest in the sport of conformation, which is the evaluation of our breeding stock. So until next time, go pick yourself up some Best in Show Bitch merch. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. It's my second Tuesday of the month episode. You know the drill. Get yourself in the drawing for your own Best in Show Bitch merchandise.